Good evening, I'm Martha Parker, and this is a CBS Breaking News Update. This just in. The Japanese Air Force attacked the United States in a surprise military strike on the naval base at Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. There have been a reported 2,402 American deaths between all of the soldiers on the naval base and the innocent civilians living on the island. In light of this tragic event, President Roosevelt has released a press statement. We'll go to him now.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as President of the United States and Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy, I hereby authorize and direct the Secretary of War to prescribe military areas in such places and to such extent as he or the appropriate military commander may determine, from which any or all persons may be excluded. The designation of military areas in any region or locality shall supersede designations of prohibited and restricted areas by the Attorney General under the proclamations of December 7th and 8th, 1941. I hereby further authorize and direct the Secretary of War and the said military commanders to take such other steps as he or the appropriate military commander may deem advisable to enforce compliance with the restrictions applicable to each military area, including the use of federal troops and other federal agencies. I hereby further authorize and direct all executive departments to assist the Secretary of War or the said military commanders in carrying out this executive order. Thank you.
And now, please welcome Lieutenant General John L. DeWitt, who has been a key member of the regulations over Japanese Americans and is now in charge of enforcing the Civilian Exclusion Order Number 34. Welcome, General. Can you please explain to our viewers what Order Number 34 means?
Yes, thank you for having me on. While previous public proclamations have restricted Japanese Americans in small ways, such as imposing an 8 o'clock curfew, Order Number 34 officially requires all people of Japanese ancestry to report to assembly centers where they will be sorted and sent to different relocation centers.
And does this order only affect those who are not citizens?
No. Attendance is required for anyone who has Japanese ancestry, whether they are citizens or not. Remember that this may also include some Korean Americans and Taiwanese in certain cases.
And how long do these Japanese have to report to these centers, General?
They must report within 48 hours or face fines or prison time.
But, General, many of these families own houses and land. What are they supposed to do with their land holdings?
The department believes that 48 hours is enough time for each family to sort out their affairs. We feel confident that it will not be difficult for them to sell their land, especially farmland, in this economy. After relocation, land and houses that have not been sold or given off may be taken over and sold by third parties.
But what about belongings? Should the Japanese bring their things to these internment camps?
First off, we prefer the term relocation centers, as that is what they are. But room is limited, and we cannot have every family member bringing all their belongings. They will be permitted to bring what they can carry, maybe 1 or 2 suitcases per family member. We recommend they bring only the essentials, mainly clothing and things like bed sheets and blankets. Food will be provided at the centers.
Can you tell us anything about the conditions in these camps, or centers, I mean?
We're looking at a very militaristic setup. Families would be living in barracks and sleeping in cots. Food will be rationed daily. Public bathrooms and showers will also be provided. Remember, Martha, these centers need to be able to accommodate around 110,000 Japanese. We cannot provide 5-star hotels for everyone.
Of course not.
The President is only looking out for the security of the nation by issuing Executive Order 9066. He has the interests of the American people in his heart.
Of course. Thank you for your time, General DeWitt. That's all we have for our Breaking News Update. Thank you for tuning in, and remember, stay safe, America.